I started in August, so I was getting into just the early part of some of the hogs were farrowing, some of the early calves were dropping, the milk fevers were starting to come. So I got a chance to know the farmers a little bit on the easy side, and these were all basically Dutch farmers. And when you told them something, they looked at you and they cocked their eye and they said, "How do you know that?" And I recall one farmer who had lost a pig, and I said, "I would like to do an autopsy on it." And he said, "What for?" And I said, "I'd like to see what killed it." He said, "You can do that?" I said, "Oh, yes." And so he said, "What do you think killed it before you open it?" I said, "Lungworms." He said, "Never had lungworms here." He said, "We don't have any of the intermediate hosts." He said, "Never had them." I said, "Well, there's always a first time, isn't there, Waldo?" And I opened went did a complete post, waited to the last, cut the lung, squeezed the lung, and out comes these worms. And he said, "Oh my God, you're on my list the rest of my life." And my Dr. Richards came down. He heard me talking on the two-way to my wife. He came down and he said, "What made you think of lungworms?" And I said, "Well," he said just a couple things. And I can't remember what he said, but I said that it was typical. He said, "Larry," he said, "we've practiced here through a big area," and he said, "we've never seen lungworm in a pig."